Welcome to Tyne for Business, celebrating the heart of the North East. Local businesses are part of the cultural and economic fabric of a place, and this series explores the people and stories behind them.
In this episode, Ashleigh is heading to Heaton for a little bit of calm in the chaos. We're talking a holistic studio that's all about switching off and slowing down.
Welcome back to Tyne for Business. Today we're on one of the busiest high streets in Newcastle, Chillingham Road. It's so windy today, so it's a good thing we're going to be inside or I'd have to hold onto my hat. Today, against all of the noise and all of the traffic, I want to show you one woman who has created a space and sanctuary of calmness and well-being. Come with me as we meet Zara at VISO Facial Bar.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to VISO.
So Zara, it's so great to sit down with you. Tell me about VISO Facial Bar.
So I've been running for about 7 years now. I opened in October, November of 2019. So I was open like 6 months before lockdown. And then once lockdown hit, I was shut for a year. So I've had a year off, which I used to build my social media and perfect my skills. And then, so 6 years after that.
It's great to hear about your business. And I think for anyone as a small business owner trying to run a business and survive for 7 years is a great achievement in itself. How did you get into the industry? What made you interested in facials?
Okay, so I was on maternity leave and it was coming towards the end. I didn't want to go back into hospitality with a small child. I just knew that it would be very difficult. So I was thinking quite a lot what to do, and I went for a facial with my friend for a spa day. And during that time, I had a thought that maybe this is something that I could have done. I felt like the facial lacked more of the massage aspect that I was wanting. So I then proceeded to go and enroll onto a facial course. And that was that really. So
what sort of time, what date was it when you went for your facial?
So that was like, let's say February of 2019. By April, I'd found a course and I enrolled on the course. It was just one of those long weekend courses. And then I realised during that, that I wanted to go and do my level 2, which I did a few months after that. But during the time of when I first did the first course that I did, I saw this shop open. I saw a to let sign come up as I was on my way to do the facial exam. I just put a deposit down straight away, did my course, got the keys, and then the shop wasn't open until November, so I had a few months to go and perfect my skills and search for facialists that were more about muscle manipulation and somatic massage.
I think that takes a lot of courage to follow your dreams and create something new. So well done for that.
Thank you.
I want to know about this space. So coming in, it's beautiful. It's very light. There's lovely, beautiful music. You know, you've created such a gorgeous space with lots of plants. It feels very wholesome. Tell me a bit about creating the space.
So once I'd obviously put the deposit down, I knew exactly I just knew when I closed my eyes what colour it was going to be. So I just ended up filling it full of plants, and people bring me lots of my customers bring me things, gifts or Christmas presents and thank you gifts, because I work with them while they're going through lots of their own personal situations, and just holding space for them. I think they find a lot of release. So they bring me lots of little presents. So the space is filled full of all of my customers.
That makes it feel like it's not just your space, it's the community space as well.
I could take all these things home, but they're for the shop.
So what kind of people do you see here?
I have such a varied mix of people, beautiful, real people that I get to have real conversations with, and they're elderly, they're middle-aged, they're young, they're students, they've just moved here, they live away, they've moved away, and then they come back once a year. So there's a lot of relationships that I have with people that they're just special. It's hard to put into words.
I love that. I love that you're holding space for people. And for me, coming in, in a day and an age where we have Botox and we have tweakments and we have all these different ways that you can look after yourself aesthetically.
Yeah.
I feel like what you're offering is an alternative. It's not only beauty, but it's more about wellness and
Yeah.
skincare. And I feel that you helping people to remember that they were enough already.
Absolutely. I mean, I think people need to see and remember that there are so many people out there that aren't investing in this perfection. I think it feels so drowning that that's everybody's, like, end goal. When in actual fact, there's just a lot of people that doesn't align with, and they're confused by that as well. It's like, well, if I'm not into doing that, then what is wrong with me? What am I about? How am I happy just looking the way that I am? And I think that this space can be quite validating for that. It's like, you can do other things. You can just have the tension massaged out of your face. It's validating. It's allowed.
Can you tell us a bit about skincare and facials? So when I think of facials, I specifically think of skincare, skin health, maybe feeling a little bit relaxed, maybe helping with wrinkles, something like that. What do you notice about skin and faces when you start working on someone?
A lot that I notice is how their lifestyle has impacted their skin,
right?
Positively or negatively. Most of the time, most of people's negative gripes about their skin is due to their lifestyle, which, having natural organic conversations can highlight that to them. I'm not really here to tell people what to do. We have chats, and I will always give as much information and point them in the right direction into how we can do that together if so, but I would never automatically just bombard with information. But a lot of people are aware of what they're doing in their life if their skin isn't their best, and it's just maybe having somebody external who's willing to chat to them about the right path and what products are best to use, rather than it being quite overbearing.
What does this community mean to you?
I mean, this community is my life, really, and I've grown up here. I've been a little girl running up and down the street, so I know lots of. It's just so nice to be able to say hello to everybody you walk past. I have no desire to be anywhere else at the moment, so it's important for me that community, that you feel involved in a community, and that people feel that they have one. I think society today causes people to be so individual, and I think it's causing a massive impact on people.
I have a question for you as a mum of a daughter, being in the skincare and wellness industry. When it comes to young women, there's this horrible issue where girls aren't putting pictures on Instagram or social media without filters.
Yeah.
Young girls are feeling the pressure to go to school with makeup on.
Yeah.
What do you think about this as a mother?
I mean, I couldn't speak for any other mothers and how they have to deal with that for their daughters. But I do know, for me, it's just constant conversations, exploring the depths of, the female psyche, so that it's not just left to other people to show what she can do. I think by her having these conversations with me, it can explore that there's so much more about her, who she is, and that she is enough just as she is. If she wants to do that, that's obviously something that I can't prevent later in years. But while I can, I try my very best to always just let her know there's more to her than just how she looks.
So when someone has a facial or they have one of your treatments, they're not just getting, a little bit of help with their skin or products. You're facilitating and holding space for emotions.
The facial muscles are mimetic muscles, so they are designed to show emotion. So therefore, it would make sense that they hold the emotion as well. I can work through, depending on what they're going through in their life, I can feel it, what they're dealing with, and I can release the muscles or release the emotion accordingly to what I'm seeing, So
it's one thing to hear about all of this amazing work you do, but can we maybe see it in action? Do you have any clients coming in today?
I do, actually, yeah. I'd love to show you.
Wow, that looks so relaxing. So what are you doing, Zara?
So at the beginning, I'll always just, there's various sequences of massage techniques you can use. So I just guess sometimes at first I just get a feel for the skin and just feel how everything's sitting, whilst also making sure that they're feeling relaxed. There'd be draining, there'd be stimulation, waking some muscles up like this. So the ones that get tense, you can't see the pressure I'm doing, but sometimes I'll go quite light and then I'll go a bit harder where there's tension. So I'm basically using my fingers to find any tense areas or where muscles cross over on the bone, if there's any tension.
It's almost like you're holding this incredible space for them to just release whatever they need to release, whatever they've left outside. It could be work stress, family stress, being tired, caring for young kids, caring for elderly parents, caring for others in the community. It seems to me that you really just this place, almost like a container for whatever they're feeling. So one of my questions is, how do you look after yourself when you're nurturing people?
I sit in a silent space. My thing is to be alone in silence. I'm really good at just like staring out of a window.
So is what you're doing right now helping to energize the skin?
So yeah, it's getting the blood flow. I'm opening up, I'm warming the face up.
Okay.
Ready for when I want to use tools. It is bringing oxygenated blood to the surface of the skin.
Wow. So you mentioned tools. What is your favorite tool?
Favorite tool is gua sha. So I would just use it to where I know that tension is common for people. So this lady has no tension. But
she must have a wonderful life. Do people ever laugh during treatments?
Yeah, laugh. I have a lot of people who get upset.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about it is I don't ask them why. I just wipe their tears away.
Oh.
It's quite nice. It's quite a nice thing to. I don't take it for granted. I feel very privileged to be that person. I'll just see a tear trickling down. I'll just wait. And we'll just sit for a second, and then they'll take a deep breath, and then I'll just carry on.
That feels.
I don't know why they're crying.
Yeah.
I don't prompt in any way. I think people don't need to tell people. I think people just want to be held.
Do you think that's one of the reasons people come to you, is to feel seen, or to feel like however they are is okay?
Absolutely, yeah. And just a way for them to. In Chinese medicine, there's a thing called reset the mask. You're hunched over. You start to become inwards. But once you take off those layers, you can kind of come back up. It's like that's who you are again. So it's just, I work with that analogy of just taking off the layers of it. They're parent, they're a worker, until it's just them. And I think sometimes people get that release, like they haven't seen that person for a while, or they haven't felt that person, and it makes people a little bit upset.
Yeah.
But not upset, it's just a release, isn't it?
I just think it's in today's world where it's so busy, we can abandon ourselves, and having a space to reclaim that is really important.
I think we just live so fast.
As you said, the world is so fast, but it feels like you're rebellious. You're actually actively looking for slow. You're looking for quiet. You're looking for calm.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problems with doing like what I want to do. I think people need to remember that they have autonomy over. I mean, it's easier said than done. I would never speak for other people, but you just have to take charge in what you want.
So Zara, in a world where you can buy zillions of products for skin or beauty or wellness, what do you tend to use when it comes to looking after your clients?
So I have like a few brands that I love. I've tried and tested so many, and ones that respond well to clients is as I'm working with it, I stick to those products. I have a selection of cleansers, selection of. I don't tend to exfoliate anymore because it's so aggressive. I feel like the skin is, if you look after the skin, it can exfoliate itself. That's its purpose, One of its purposes, it can exfoliate perfectly. So I just tend to focus on good cleanse. Sometimes I get the steamer, and hydration and moisturizing. And then I give advice on supplements or foods they can eat, or sleep health. So it's not just product driven for me. If people have any, they want me to give them any advice on products, I can steer them in directions that are ethical, good for the planet, and like with like clean ingredients as well.
So since you started doing this activity, have you found that your relationship with products has changed?
Yeah, definitely. I probably only use like 2 products. I swear by oil. Jojoba oil. I cleanse with it, I moisturize with it. So yeah, good food, good sleep, hydration, electrolytes, supplements.
Being a good human too.
Being a good human. So I think it can show. Your heart can show in your skin.
So would you say that you're a healer?
I wouldn't like to say I'm a healer. I think people can want to heal themselves. So I like to be able to set the foundations for that. And always be contactable with my clients if they needed anything at any time, to encourage that to happen for them.
So Zara, how would you usually end your treatments?
So normally, once I've done the cleansing, and then we go into the massage, and then we do some, I'll use products that work with the skin, so it's different types of masks, or if there's any particular skin conditions they would want in the dressing, and then focus on serums and hydration. And then sometimes just get them to just do some grounding breaths before they leave.
It's almost like you're reconnecting her with her body.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looked incredible. Rebecca, how are you feeling?
Well, that was very calming and relaxing. I feel great.
Well, I think I really need it too. So can you do me next?
Of course.
Wow. What an incredible experience that was. And to be in such a beautiful, nurturing environment of wellness and healing in such a busy high street of Newcastle. So come along and check it out and find a way to reconnect and rediscover yourself.
Thank you for listening to Tyne for Business. It would mean the world to us if you could share the episode with your friends and family so that we can continue to bring interesting stories and people from the Northeast. This has been a Flamingo Heights podcast studio production.